For more than 6 decades, the Big Jim has been one of Maine's most recognizable roadside landmarks, standing along Prospect Harbor. This week, after an extensive restoration, the giant fisherman is standing tall once again, drawing visitors to Searsport and reconnecting the state with a piece of its coastal history. News Center Maine's Akua DeVal takes us to the celebration honoring the fishing icon.
The big man really stood out to us, and we said we need to pull over.
He never hauled a trap, never set a day at sea, but he's one of Maine's most famous fishermen.
A lot of people have strong feelings, positive feelings about working the sea and what it provides, and Big Jim is just a symbol of that.
And now all 40 feet of him stand tall at the Penobscot Marine Museum in Searsport. Visitors gathering Saturday to celebrate the return of Big Jim to his original form as part of its summer sardine land exhibit.
What better way to advertise an exhibit about the history of Maine's sardine industry than to have an original sign from that time brought back?
Big Jim's story begins in 1959 in Kittery. Built to promote Maine's booming sardine industry, the towering figure once greeted travelers along U.S. Route 1 as they entered the state. He was then moved down east to Prospect Harbor in the 1970s, where he stood near the Stinson sardine cannery for decades.
If anybody wanted to know how to get to Stinson's, they just say look for the sardine man in Prospect Harbor.
Retired plant manager with the Stinson cannery, Peter Colson, says Big Jim ended up outlasting the very industry he was built to promote.
Well, just bring back memories for everybody. It kind of represented the town having that statue there.
But after decades of wear and tear and relentless coastal weather, the Penobscot Marine Museum stepped in, working with Belmont Boatworks to carefully disassemble and strip the structure.
You can do bento, cash.
It was then repainted by the WOW Collective, including the return of his iconic sardine can.
It's most exciting for us to be a team of women painting large-scale murals and being a part of the history of Big Jim.
Now Big Jim is once again impossible to miss, standing along U.S. Route 1 through the summer.
I think the man's pretty entrancing. I think that the idea of sardine land is pretty unique, and I guess we wanted to check it out and figure out what it's all about.
Standing as a reminder of the people and industries that shaped Maine's shoreline for a new generation.
Say sardines!
In Searsport, Akua DeVal, News Center Maine.